Okay, on my show now, it's always a pleasure to get.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to get like former guests I've had on my show. We have Ashley Paul. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's lovely to have you having you on. You're so buoyant today, which is really good. Good to see. Where are you at the moment?
Oh, I'm in South Florida.
Oh
I'm in
wow,
Miami.
what's it like over
Yeah,
there?
it's tropical climate, and it's the time of year where there are hurricanes and constant thunderstorms,
Oh
and
okay. So
it's very humid,
oh lovely, a lot going on. Tropical then in a way.
very
Oh
tropical.
nice, nice.
Yeah,
So
there's a storm every day.
Ashley Paul, it's great to have you on. It's been a while. What have you been up to? I think it's been exactly about a year since we last chatted. What's kind of been happening in your world?
Well, I think the last time we chatted, we talked about Feel Your Fire,
That's the one.
which was I remember, which was in 2022,
Yeah.
right? And so then it went to Germany and Switzerland in 2023, and like around January, December time, end of 2022, the beginning of 2023. And yeah, it ended up in the New Year's Eve countdown in Germany on German radio, national radio. It was really exciting for me and for the whole team. So okay, so then you fast forward a little bit more. I put a cover out called Yo No Sé
Mm.
uh, in February that was playing in the UK and in the States and in South America. And I did a bunch of freestyle shows with Shannon and Karina and TKE.
Mm.
And it was wonderful. Oh, and also Peru. I opened for La Bouche, which was amazing
Okay.
too in Peru. And then you fast forward a little more. It feels like yesterday, but I guess it was April. We came out with Love Light Me Up, which is like my baby
Mm.
right now.
Still doing the rounds at the moment. Still popular. Has it got like a new disco dance feel to it? Get people on the dance floor.
Well, it's an interesting song because when we got together to write the song, I wanted to do something a little different.
Mm.
So I had the idea of having sort of an old orchestra influence, like Tom Jones kind of
Mm.
kind of orchestra, and it's so unusual. That was kind of influence
Mm.
for this song for me, and I wanted to mix it with something current. And so I kept thinking big band and house music. And so I kind of coined this phrase, it's actually called phrase for Love Light Me Up. It's a big band house
Mm.
track. So it's not new disco, it's big band house. That's what I labeled it. So so that song came out with a lot of great remixes on it. And it actually has some remixes from Until Dawn and Sean Finn that are very vocal, and it went top 10 on Music Week commercial pop. And then it had a couple remixes that were more almost electronic dance like
Mm.
with Charlotte Van, I don't want to pronounce it properly, Charlotte Van de Peer. And also, oh my God, Love Foundation. Love Foundation, they're like the gods. They're so amazing. Love Foundation. I've never remixed with them before, so it was just an overwhelmingly incredible experience. They're so brilliant. So they did a remix on it too, and you have to listen to it. It's fantastic. So those were on the upfront dance chart. So more of like of an underground dance feel. So it has a lot of flavors for different listeners, which I'm so excited about. So yeah, so that's been going for a while, since April, and we just released it I think a couple days ago in Switzerland and Germany,
Mm.
which I'm really excited about.
So
So
this record's been sweeping the world all over.
yes, yes, and it's starting in the United States also. It started in some. I've been doing some local regional radio, and then some local DJs are playing it here, and I'm starting to sort of get it out in that way too, through the shows. Also, sometimes the live performances really help. You know, when
Mm.
I just did another show in Peru, and I did a show in it's called Rockledge, Florida,
Mm.
where I opened for Shannon and Karina also, and I got to do Love Light Me Up, and it's such a fantastic song show tune in a way because it's a disco song, but at the same time it's very dramatic because when you get to Love Light Me Up, illuminate me, it's like people get so into that line, and then I'm about to say "Love Light Me Up," and I'm like, "Here we go!" And it's almost like it's almost inspirational. That's the word.
Very uplifting then.
Very
Uplifting. I've got a word here as well. When you first heard the track, it says here the word illumination come to mind.
Yeah. So okay. So I had this idea, and so I went with Gemini, and we're talking about like, okay, let's put a lot of percussion into it. Let's put these notes. I had like a couple of hook notes in my head for the pre-chorus, and when we were finished with the dance track, I heard the word illumination in my soul, because it made me feel illuminated. The dance track, it really did, and it still does. When I hear it, I still feel that way. You know, it's amazing. So that's how I got to illuminate me. I mean, I can just sing that. Sorry, I could just sing that line all night.
And you have such a great voice. You know how to hit the high register. Are you self-taught?
You know what? I would rather sing than talk sometimes.
Are you self-taught? Are you over the years? Have you managed to are you self-taught your vocals?
You know, I think for me, it just was kind of always there. But from when I was a young girl, I actually started singing lessons, because I did start in disco when I was 10. I got a touring show, and I was singing Donna Summer songs, which was pretty cool. And then I went into musical theater, did off-Broadway, the Kennedy Center. Same time I had my first record deal when I was 13. It was a Christmas record in the USA, and I did my first radio tour when I was 13. I'm totally digressing. Sorry, nice. Dan. But I did take lessons with Maria Farnsworth, who is from the Met Opera. So she kind of helped. I think what she did for me was, it's not that she taught me how to sing, because I always had the instrument, but she taught me how to take care of the instrument, if that makes any sense. You know, how to breathe properly, things that I should never do. And I'm very careful to this day, because it's my soul. It's who I am. You know, that voice.
You mentioned like the growing up, reflecting on your career. You had an 80s dance hit as well. I just remind my listener back in the day. And
I did.
And what's it like when people go to you and say, "Oh, I remember that track," and it brings back a lot of good memories? How does that feel?
It's a wonderful feeling. You know, when I just did this show in Peru the second time, there's a group of people in Peru who come to the hotel when I'm coming to perform, and they want to talk about When Boys Cry, and they have the vinyl from 1987, and it's amazing. It's just such a great feeling, you know. So, and that's the reason why I take care of my voice, because I never want to stop.
Does it feel like yesterday or those years ago, or does it seem like a long time ago?
It just feels like different chapters. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because when Boys, because like I had my musical theater chapter, then I had my Boys Cry, which was my big 80s disco chapter, and I wasn't writing professionally then. So when I came back in 2000, and with dance music, and I started to write, and we remixed Boys Cry. Until Dawn did an incredible job of remixing Boys Cry, and we put it out, and it hit number 2 in Switzerland. And I think it was 2020 or 2021. I think it was 2021, right? However, it felt like a new chapter, because from that moment, I just couldn't stop writing. It's almost like I wanted to, it's like I'm still making up for those like couple of years that I wasn't writing dance music. You know what I'm saying?
And one of my questions I wanted to ask you, would you ever write a book, like an autobiography?
What an amazing question. I never thought about it, but it's a great idea. I mean, I write stories all the time, and then I do these Q&As where I sit at the computer and I think about my life in different chapters, and I write about it. So it would make sense that I could do something like that. Maybe I will.
Watch this space then.
Oh, watch this space.
Watch this space. And I'm just going to go back to your track "Love Light Me Up" now. What is I know people dance to dance music, but what is the message behind this track?
It's about self-love. It's about it's not really about love with a partner. It's what fills you up inside, what lights you up inside, whether it's your passion, your vocation, the sky, the flowers, your higher power. I mean, it can be a lover, But for me personally, it wasn't about that when I was writing it. It was about, gosh, sometimes I just get so filled with inspiration to create that I don't even know where it's coming from. It's just like these light bulbs inside of me that are just popping off, and I'm creating, and I'm showing that light through my music and my creativity. So then when I go backwards, I'll think like, well, what lights me up? And creating lights me up, and knowing that I could put a message out there that might make someone else feel good, makes me feel good. So I'm kind of selfish in that way. Like, it makes me feel good to make somebody else feel good.
That's a great characteristic to have these days.
It's, I guess, yeah.
Well, I'm going to get it now on my show now for my listener. I know this single has been going around for a number of months now, and you're working on other projects. But we will get you back to catch up with that, because it's been so long. We will take our listener to a couple of months back now with this record. We'd like to introduce it on my show. And this is Ashley Paul. Over to you now. Please introduce your track, Love Light Me Up.
This is Love Light Me Up by Ashley Paul.
Great to have you on my show, as usual, and we'll catch up with you soon, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
All the best. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.